I'm heading a data science team in UAE for a food tech company. So I have been in this industry for last almost 10 years. So it's mostly I work around the products which generally comes for a data science related to like recommendation system, price modeling, so, customer journey, customer insights, and all these things. So actually, data is the collection of the raw, unorganized fact or details like text, observation, figures, symbols, and anything. Let's say we are talking now, this is the data. So that is the data actually. In other words, you can say that data itself doesn't carry any specific purpose and the no significant by itself. But when we combine all this data together and making some context, then it makes some value. So let's understand how from this little bit data, like as you guys said that, information, someone said that quantitative and the qualitative value, exactly, that's the data. But that is a measurement. But through this data, how we can, take some action or you can say extract the information, and from those information how can you gain the knowledge, and from those knowledge how we can take some action through your wisdom. So this is the pyramid cycles of the data if you see here. So data is the individual facts. So let's say your name is a data, your age is a data, in which class you are is your data. But if I'll push this data like something like Ashwini 10th and 25, what do you mean until you not understand the context? So once you'll have a context or organized in the structured format, then you'll have a information. So let's say this is the information of the 10th class student. So now I know that, okay, someone in the 10th class, name is Ashwini, height is this, weight is this, okay, and marks, whatever you can say. So that's the context. And after this context, I need to gain some knowledge. Let's say if I have a data for class 10th student, and let's say there are the 100 members in that, and if I have the like name is and then weight or height. So if I want to understand that what is the average height of the class 10, so then we'll do some processing. Let's say we'll take an average, then we know that okay, it's the six feet. Let's say the 6 feet. Wow, we know that now I have a knowledge. The average height for the this college, this student is a 6 feet. Now, what we'll do with this knowledge? Now, I want to just distribute a T-shirt for everyone, but that will be the same size. So we'll take, the heights in a consideration, and on the basis of that, we can prepare a T-shirt or we can distribute it. Okay, so that is the wisdom. So from data, we'll understand the context, then the meaning of that context, and then finally we have an insight. But okay, the most important thing, what is the different sources from which we are generating the data? So let's say you are watching a YouTube. So whatever you are watching, they are gathering your data. So have you seen that when you are watching the YouTube, there is also autoplay suggestions. So on the basis of your behavior, what you are watching, they will suggest some other kind of videos. Okay, so from your data they are doing some processing and building a recommendation models, and on the basis of that they are recommending you some videos, so we most likely to watch. Okay, so YouTube is generating a data, Netflix is generating the data, social media network like at the Facebook, let's say you are commenting, you are liking, so everything is the data. What kind of post you are engaging, everything, whatever you are doing in the social media is generating a huge data for them. You are doing a shopping at, let's say, Amazon or the Flipkart. So if you are doing any shopping, they create multiple tables against them, what you are buying and what is your persona means, let's say, your characteristic like customers information, and on the basis of that they build some models and recommend you the product. From these all sources we are generating a huge data. So from these data the companies are doing a few of analysis and building their models. So we call it the big data, because currently if let's say Facebook, how many users they have, millions. From and if one person is just exploring the Facebook, they is generating a few data, and simultaneously millions of people are generating the data. So they are storing it in the some places. some of kind of data is you can the data storage they have. So it's the in the terms of like petabytes, not the gigabytes, it's the petabytes data. So they are storing it and processing it. That's why it's called a big data. Generally, like as you said, that qualitative and the quantitative data in the beginning. Okay. So generally we divide the data into the two form. One is structured, one is unstructured. So in structured, let's say, as I said that about the classroom examples, name, is, height. So we are in a structured format. So that is a structured data. So here if you see that the column is patient name, date of birth, admitted, and a value. This is the structured data. Okay. In unstructured, this is in unorganized form. So maybe you are writing something at the Facebook, someone is writing the other sentence. So we cannot predict it so easily. So there are the few mechanisms through it. You can clean those data and make some beautiful insights out of that. So here you can see that the patient came in the complaining of chest pain. So here what we are getting, chest pain. So this is the one of the information. Shortness of breath, and because of why? Because smoking 2 packets a day. This is also giving me information. So all these things from the unstructured data, okay, we can generate few of informations, and from these information we can take some action. So data science is basically yeah, let's go. What is data science? The next sentence will be this. Okay, so like one of the uh, economist who won the Nobel Prize has quote that torture the data and it will confess you anything. Means if you play a lot with the data, you'll get some information. Okay. So data science is the process of extracting the knowledge and insight from the data by using the scientific methods. So what is scientific method? So scientific method is programming plus statistics plus business. So programming is like, let's say today people are doing programming at the Python. Python is the most loving language in the data science field right now. And then the statistics, and statistics, without statistics there is no data science. Just remember this word. So if you have a love for statistics, then you'll always love the data science. And then the business knowledge, like let's say what you are doing, for whom you are building the product. So all these things come together, and then if you have a knowledge about all these things, then data science will be easy for you, and you can understand it. So becoming a data science, as I explained here, like programming, statistics, and the business, you have knowledge about the mathematics, you have to know about the business, you have to know about the technology. If you have a love of all these things, then you will be a perfect data scientist. But if you ask me which are the component we require the most, so don't think much about the technology, okay, or business or all these things. So 60% components is the mathematics here, okay, 20% is the business and 20% is the technology. So mathematics or statistics is the core of the for any data scientist, and these data scientists are always the brain of the company. Just remember this. They know everything, what you are doing, how your business is growing, from where you are getting most of the sales, or whatever is happening around the business, they understand. And they can present those data into the insightful things, like, in the graphs, charts, how you are growing with the sales or number of orders or anything. So you will be always the brain of the company. Yeah, but now here, uh, till now we know about what is data science, and who is the data scientist. Let's know about what the skill set you required to become a data scientist. Okay, first part, as I said, statistics. Programming language, like let's say the Python. There are the various programming languages like Python, R, Weka, Scala, Julia, but Python is the biggest chunk in all this programming language, because there are the great community support in the Python, and also they are daily generating few of libraries which easy for you to just get those library and do the minimum coding. Then data extraction and processing part. So I will explain a little bit about all these things. So data extraction and processing is from where we'll get a data and how we'll you know uh, get sorry, let's say I'll take an example. Let's say you want to do the sentiment analysis or any analysis for a Twitter data. The people are tweeting some comments. So how we can get insight from those comments? Okay, so you have to get those data inside your system. So you are extracting those data in your system. Then you will process it through the some of the software. Now the data will be in your, let's say, in a Python. So this is the extraction and processing to getting all this data. Okay. After getting this data, you have to have a skill set about the data exploration and wrangling part. So what is the data exploration and the data wrangling? So let's say if you wants to play around the data, uh, then we'll go with the certain rules. Let's say you have to clean the data. So let's say the example of class 10 restaurant. Okay, now we have all the information. Now we can play with the what is the average height, what is the maximum, what is the minimum. So this, if you are doing all these things and visualize it, that is a data exploration part. Means we're exploring around the data. That's all. Then comes to the machine learning. You guys know about the machine learning. So machine learning is like same thing. Like we are learning, from the knowledge. We are learning from the teachers. We are learning from our parents. Everything. Okay. In the same way, machine learns from the certain algorithm, certain way, and on the basis of that, machine take decisions. Okay, I'll explain machine learning later. Okay, then big data processing framework. So as I said that if you have a petabytes data, so like 1 GB data, you know that in the 1000 GB data we have like 1000 GB, then millions of, sorry, in a 1000 1 GB 1 GB, then so 1000 GB is the 1 TB, and 1000 TB is the 1 petabyte. So just think about that. If you have a 1000 TB data you have, then how you'll process it? So for that, there is the big data processing framework. So I'll tell you the few of software name like Flink, let's say Spark, Hadoop. These are the name which are usually used in the big data processing. Then comes to the data visualization. Now let's say if you are building all these models and exploring all these things and you have some outputs, then how you can present this data in a visual format so the business guys can take a decisions. So this is to the data visualization roles. Okay, a few up like the Tableau, Power BI, QuickSight, ClickSense. These all are the visualization tool. So these are the skill set you require. Mostly like statistics, one programming language, let's say Python. Then around this programming language, you will go for abstraction, data, cleaning and exploration, and machine learning and visualization.